Howdy y'all, Dawson with Defender Tactical. We are back down here at the Kickapoo Ranch. Pretty excited today to be doing some comparison shooting with our SafetySight and HighBall for Mossberg shotguns. We have our Maverick 88 here today, as well as our 12 and 20 gauge shockwaves. And we're going to be doing some slug shooting to kind of get the best look at the difference between the original factory bead and our replacement HighBall bead. Now we do a lot of shooting, slug shooting particularly at around 75 to 100 yards down here. And kind of what we've seen, as well as what we have heard from other people, is that we tend to shoot around 16 to 20 inches high with the factory bead. Now that is due to the fact that it actually sits below the receiver, so in order to acquire the bead and your target, you're actually raising your barrel, and it's causing people to shoot high. So our HighBall kind of helps to negate that. According to our design, it should help you get right on target at that 75 to 100 yard range. But still keep you in a reasonable range up close. So we're going to start off with our shockwaves at about 25 yards. We're going to run 3 shots with 2 different shooters to kind of get a good look at our grouping. Then we will switch over to the HighBall and do the same thing with that, kind of compare the results. Then we'll move on over to the Maverick at the 75 to 100 yard range and repeat the same process there. So let's get these shockwaves loaded up and we'll get into it.
One quick note about how we are holding our beads for today's test. Now this will kind of make more sense on why it's relevant a little bit later in the video when we get to the HighBall testing. But initially for the factory bead testing, we are holding everything at a tight bead, and that is going to give it the opportunity to have the lowest shot possible and not shoot as high, or as opposed to if we were shooting full bead, the shots would probably not even make it onto the plywood that we had downrange, especially for those longer shots. So again, you'll kind of see why this makes more sense and is more relevant later on in the video, but just kind of wanted to mention that real quick.
Alright y'all, we got 3 mini slugs in the 12 gauge shockwave here for the first round. We got the factory bead and safety installed. Alright y'all, after that first round, here we are down here. You see our bullseye. First shot was about 5 inches up, and the second 2 were about 10 inches up. So now we're going to go do 3 more and see where those land. Alright y'all, 3 more mini slugs here with the factory bead and safety out of the 12 gauge shockwave. Alright, so round 2 out of the shockwave. We've got 1 here, 2 about just a little bit less than 10 inches, and then 1 again just a little bit above 5. So now we're going to put our HighBall and safety sight on there and go for round 2. Alright y'all, we have the HighBall and safety sight installed on our shockwave now. We're going to repeat the test here at 25 yards. Alright, so as you can see, with the HighBall on, it has brought us down about 8 to 10 inches. I would like to say that there's the wads are actually doing quite a bit of damage here to this cardboard and to the paper. So that's what these 2 here are right there, but then this is our 3 holes from that try. So we're going to go do 3 more just to conclude this with the 12 gauge shockwave. Alright y'all, last 3 slugs here through the 12 gauge shockwave with the HighBall and safety sight. Alright, so here is the final results from the 12 gauge shockwave test. As you can see, this is all of our factory groupings right up here, and then everything with our HighBall and Safety Sight is right here around the bull. So we are very satisfied with these results. We're going to go to the 20 gauge now, do a little bit of shooting with that, and then move on to the Maverick at 75. All right, y'all, we got fresh paper down there on our target. We have our 20 gauge shockwave now with the factory bead and safety with some slugs in there. So let's go ahead and get the first 3 shots off. All right, first 3 out of our 20 gauge, and we are just about where we expected, about at the 9-inch high mark. So let's go ahead and get 3 more through. All right, y'all, 3 more here with our factory 20 gauge. All right, the second 3 with the 20 gauge, again, about the same grouping, 5 to 10 inches here. So now we're going to switch over to the HighBall and Safety Sight. All right, y'all, we have the Safety Sight and the HighBall installed on our 20 gauge shockwave now. Let's go ahead and put 3 down. All right, y'all, here is our grouping for the HighBall and Safety Sight, the first round through the 20 gauge. As you can see, it has brought us down a little bit there, so let's go ahead and put 3 more through. All right, y'all, last round here with our 20 gauge with the HighBall and Safety Sight. All right, y'all, so here was our last grouping here with the 20 gauge using the Safety Sight and the HighBall. So we are very happy with the results here as well on both of our shockwaves. So now we're going to go over and do some slug shooting at the targets way down there with our Maverick. All right, y'all, we had to charge our camera batteries yesterday and ended up kind of running out of light. So we're back here the next morning to do the Maverick test. We have the factory bead on here and 3 mini slugs in. All right, y'all, so we are definitely shooting to the right. Here is our 2 marks right here. We're not entirely sure where the 3rd one went. We think it probably went off the board here somewhere. So I'm going to go up and put a 4th shot down, and then we will switch on over to the next shooter. All right, we're going to try and get a 3rd one on here. All right, so we actually went through one of our first holes there. You see we got another hole mark. So we'll go ahead and mark this group. We are in about that 16 to 20 inch range right now. So we're going to go ahead and do 3 more with the factory bead, then put on the HighBall and see how it compares. All right, y'all, we got 3 more here with the factory bead and our Maverick 88. All right, y'all, so we got 2 marks, one right here and one right here. We definitely are shooting to the right a little bit today, so we're going to go up and put 1 more on and try and hold a little bit to the left and see what happens before we move on over to the HighBall. All right, y'all, we're going to try and get a 6th shot from the Maverick here with the factory bead on the board. All right, so there is our 6th shot right there. So we're staying pretty consistently in that 14 to 20 inch range right there, excluding this one up there. So there's our 6. We're going to put the HighBall on and repeat the test. All right, y'all, we got the HighBall installed on here now. We're going to go ahead, put 3 down range. All right, y'all, so we know that we have 2 here and here. We're not entirely sure where the third one went. We'll have to check the GoPro footage. Now, we've been holding a tight bead for the factory as well as this first round for the HighBall, but we think that holding the tight bead with the HighBall is a little bit overcompensating. So for the next round, we're going to go with a medium bead and see how that works. With the tight bead, we held it with the factory, so to kind of give it the best chance of shooting as low as possible. But with the HighBall, it is just a little bit of overcompensation, so we're going to go ahead and try out a medium bead. All right, y'all, we're going to go 3 more here out of the Maverick with the HighBall, holding a medium bead picture rather than a tight. All right, again, here are our 2 shots that we know of with the tight or fine bead. We're not really sure where the third one went, but with compensating with a medium bead, you can see we have a great grouping right there just to the right of the bullseye. So we're very happy with this. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next shooter, see how that goes. All right, y'all, we got 3 more slugs here with our HighBall at 75 yards. All right, y'all, the second round with the HighBall, we got 1 right here, and then we have 2 more right over here. So as y'all can see, the grouping between the HighBall group and the factory group up there is pretty significant. We're pretty happy with these results. We're starting to get some rain, so we're going to go back up to the bench and kind of wrap up the video there. All right, y'all, that is going to wrap it up for us down here at the Kickapoo Ranch today, doing some shooting. We've had a lot of fun down here. Very interesting to see the results. I'll go ahead and put some pictures up of all of our final groupings that we had on our paper. But again, we hope that y'all enjoyed this video today. Let us know what y'all think down in the comments below. Thanks for watching.